First of all, welcome to another episode of the Pain and the Purpose podcast. I'm the host, Darrin Bedford, and today I'm talking to somebody special because I met him after the death of my child, and he also has lost a child to gun violence out here in these streets, and so that's what initially built this bond. And so we are trying to deliver a message that'll help another parent prevent their child from being on both sides of the gun. You know what I'm saying? So we know what it feels like for one of our children to be incarcerated and losing a child to senseless gun violence. So, what's up, Aunt?
Further ado, I just want to say thank you, good brother, for inviting me on this segment, because I also was thinking about a way how can parents deal with this of losing a child of senseless gun violence. And D, I've been thinking about it, and you taking the initiative to do it. I want to thank you, good brother, because a lot of our parents out here, our loved ones, we don't know how to deal or cope with losing a loved one, especially a child on top of that. And I tell any parent that that is the worst thing. My heart is gone because my son is no longer here. He wasn't in the streets. He wasn't a violent person, because I know the first thing they say, well, he must something. That's not the norm. We do raise good kids. And another thing also, we have to check our kids who are hanging with certain people, individual. We don't know the company that they keep. This individual, male or female, we don't know really what this young person or young female, what they doing outside our home. Oh, the first thing you see is, oh, my baby ain't did nothing to nobody, but this man been robbing stores and he didn't rob a grocery store, whatever, but he's a good kid. See, it remind me of that old Eddie Haskell. Remember that? Yeah. Hello, Mr. Cleaver, but they know behind doors he was an a-hole. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he put on that facade. So what I'm trying to say, parents, I don't want to get off the subject, is that we need to get to know our kids, whoever they're hanging around, because it can be detrimental to them and also us. So I'm gonna leave it at that, D.
So before I turned the cameras on, we was having a really, really good conversation about the company our kids keep. And I said, let's stay on that topic because my daughter was in a car with somebody that night. And when I really found out who she was in the car with, it almost makes me think that it was probably meant for the passenger.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because the passenger has a very checkered past and had already been involved in a couple of different situations, and my daughter wasn't into that, right? So 2 years later, so my daughter was murdered April 29th, 2023. The passenger went to jail April 29th, 2025 for a double homicide. You know what I'm saying? So it makes me think that it wasn't meant for my child. So, and waiting on the actual trial to start to figure out like what happened that night is the part that had me in limbo. But it's the company our children keep, right? And then I know a little bit about your story, and it was the company that he kept. And so it is very important for parents in today's society to really, really, really monitor, because your kid can be not really an angel, but not like that.
Right. Exactly.
And like me and another parent was talking, and she was trying to process her child being murdered. And I say sometimes evilness finds our kids based on the company that they keep.
And that's the dilemma I'm going through every night, that what my son is a beautiful person. And like you said, what led up to this, that this individual want to kill someone behind what?
And so,
And it's keep racking my brain over and over and over now. And that's the thing that you're going to go through when you lose a child. Like, what was he into? What was he like? And then, like you say, we really don't know our kids. Like you say, we know of our kids, but we really know them? Because, like you say, when they leave out that door, oh, that's Big Pookie. He known for killing people. But we as a parent, we kind of.
this episode is sponsored by Choice Catering. Chef Doja, he amazing. I always go to him for my garlic noodles and crab. He better than any restaurant in the Bay Area. I promise you. My wife loved the salmon and garlic rice. He even throw in shrimp when you do the garlic crab. He throw in some extra shrimp for you. But that being said, if you're interested, go to Choice Catering. The number is 510-424-2120. Choice Catering, the real garlic noodles of the Bay. With that being said, let's get back to the episode. Love you. Peace.
Don't know how that individual is outside of our doors. You see what I'm saying?
Because when they come here, they respect.
Exactly. But I knew for sure what I'd installed in my son, that he was a stand-up young guy, working with his cars, respectful. And he never did anything to no one. If anything, he always tried to help an individual. And that's how we told him that. But also, the innocent of that is that you can't help everybody. Like you say, where we come from, you guilty association, remember? So if we know that one of our partners is robbing and killing, even though he was our partner, like, damn, I'm in the court with him and he see somebody he got it in with, be what they say now, ops. I don't know, I don't know nothing about, I don't even play video games, so I don't even know what ops, I don't know what it is. But anyway, see whatever that person they in a beef with, that's what I call it. Do you think they gonna give us a pass because they got their mama or sister in the car? No. And that's what I always told my son. Remember, hang around. If this guy doing some shady stuff, I ain't saying stop being friends with him, but say, hey man, you know what, man, I can't hang with you because I hear that you doing such and such and such. I say, what's up? Keep it pushing. That's it. So we as parents, we do have to do a check because I know we up here trying to take care of bills, mortgage. You may have a daughter and she got, who is this today? There's another dude. It's another dude. Wait a minute, what happened to the other dude? And hold on, you don't bring everybody, to, house. How we was raised.
And that's how I raised my children. Like and I always tell them, don't bring your friends to my house because they're your friends today, right. And tomorrow they could be your enemy. And I try to explain to my.
Have you ever had that moment at work where you notice that people are being rude and disrespectful? Sometimes people are overreacting without thinking, and you just wish that there was somebody who was dedicated to doing something about it. If this even sounds remotely familiar, I encourage you to sign up for our Civility Intelligence Trainer program put on by EI365 that's rooted in our signature approach of EI Code of Conduct. If you or someone in your organization would like to be a thought leader on civilian intelligence and help neutralize that undesirable behavior in your work environment, you can reach out and book a call so we can certify trainers inside of your organization so you can have a constant eye on workplace incivility. We'll see you on the other side. Peace.
He's incarcerated right now, right? For doing something that I don't approve of. I always tell him, look back over my life from the day you was born. You've never caught me in a car with nobody. I don't ride around with people. I meet you where we going. And if I do ride around with somebody, it's maybe one person, but that's once in every blue moon. I keep a bunch of women around me and my children. So I don't get this riding around and trying to be buddy with everybody. But for me, I didn't really smoke weed with a lot of people. Cause I guess I always been, they call them a germaphobe. Right. So I don't want to hit the weed, then you put your mouth on it, then you put your mouth on it. So what they bonding now is different to me. Yeah. So I don't really drink, I don't drink bottles after nobody. So how they get together and they congregate, I don't understand.
Well, we never will because we come from a different generation. Well, my generation, like I say, I'm 58, right? And we was all athletes. And, we pride in our body. I didn't drink. I don't smoke to this day. I may have a beer and that's probably it. What I'm saying is I'm not knocking nobody if they smoke weed or whatever they indulge. That's their business. But I took pride, and my dad always told me and my mom, this is your temple. And you can see people, even young people, look way older than us because they disrespected their body.
True.
You see, and even to this day, as I try to work out, my physical. Through we was garbage man. I was carrying cans on my shoulder. Yeah. Do that. He was a football player.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is going back to now you see a lot of people indulging and they got all these new drugs. They got the electronic stuff where they smoking, the little kids, the stuff.
Yeah.
And all this stuff that they giving to us that they trying to kill us. And we don't see that, but we fall into that trap because we don't want to be called square.
Yeah, we're trying to be cool.
Yeah, I'm square because I don't get high. I don't snort cocaine or, I've understood that.
Yeah.
All minors call me, square ass.
Yeah, I ain't never really indulged in drugs. I used to smoke weed and my asthma flared up one good time and I was like, that's not for me.
Not knocking nobody, whatever you do. I know everybody got a different thing, I like fishing. I indulge in fishing. I buy a lot of lures and some people like gambling, different high on different aspects. So I don't knock people or what they do, but what I'm saying is you're supposed to do things in ever, just small quantity. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Like every day I see the youngsters, for instance, athlete, and then all of a sudden start seeing him start smoking on a regular. Then your skin complexion start changing. You don't look bright, you look dark, like green, like
take the vibrance out of you.
Exactly. That energy. So
and so how do you deal with grief?
Man, like you say,
fix that from having them stolen.
Yeah.
We didn't lose our kids.
Exactly.
They was taken from us.
Exactly. And I was really looking for, that I was going to come this interview eventually. Yeah. And I was really trying to, can't always be political and this and that. And you just got to just be real. Right. Exactly. This authentic. I'm going to say, if I, you don't mind if I say a cuss word, I don't want to, I'm trying to be thoughtful before I open up my big mouth. That's what my mama always told me, right? Don't nobody know how stupid you is until you open up your mouth. But I'm trying to think before I say something, and I don't want to affect anyone else about really how I'm feeling with grief.
So what I tell people is, you're right, it's your grief. And however it come out, that's how it come out. You don't have to really watch your words or, you know what I mean? Like, I come here all the time and like I people like posted a snippet the other day from forgiveness podcast a shot and she asked me, how do I forgive or what do I think about people who don't talk to me? And I said, I don't give a fuck if they talk to me or not.
That's it.
So I say all that to say, however you feel, it's the authentic feeling. And that's what we're sharing because we're two fathers trying to process the most devastating thing that we've ever experienced. And I tell people just be thankful that we waking up and deciding to stay on the right side of the law. Because any given day that we could wake up and decide to do something different. But this space is a safe space for us to have a genuine, authentic conversation. So however you feel, just say that. You know what I'm saying? So it's your grief, it's your process. Can't nobody tell you how to feel.
Right. Well, naturally, as a parent, number one is you hurt, you angry. And it's a natural thing that when someone hurts you, you want them to feel the same. That's just natural as a human being. I don't hear nothing about the God, the Bible. That's out the window right now. Don't believe me. I know there's a higher being. But like you say, you start questioning. They tell me, I have all these pastors in my life. You can't question God. Yes, we can. Why we can't? Why we can't?
And I just had this conversation with uh he my cousin, but he a gospel rapper, and he told me the other night that I have to forgive. And I say, cuz you gonna lose this battle.
That's it.
Like you tell me how to fucking feel about my child.
You can't tell me that.
You still have all your children, so you
Yes.
have no idea what this feels like. So I I wrote a book, you know what I mean? And that's how we met
Your grief.
behind my grief. So you don't have to forgive. You don't have to do nothing. Feel how you want to feel. Say it how you want to say it. And it's just it just is what it is.
I know what you're talking about, D. Look, and I want to tell anybody, any parent or whatever, or friends, just like I said, we was in a game, right? The automatically thing that they hit us, we gonna hit them. You know, the natural response, everything have balance. Nature, everything. So you do this gonna happen. That's just a natural, and people want to put this religion in, oh baby, pray to God, and don't get me wrong, I pray daily because of what I'm going through, the hurt and the anger. Then on top of that, I gotta relive this when I go to this courtroom and see the individual that took my son's life. And then on this side, you got his people, and then you got my people. It could be atomic bomb up in that courtroom. And I think that the people really don't know really what we going through, and we reliving it over because we have to wait so long to get justice because this individual that took your son or daughter life is trying to make a deal and just ride it out 5 years, 10 years. Man, come on, man. You got the individual. What is it with this justice system, that takes so long to get justice?
And is it even really justice? You know what I'm saying? So it is so many different aspects of what we're trying to process. And only we know what we're trying to process all at the same time. So one, I commend you because we've had several conversations. And
because you helped me.
and this and this is a calm version.
Woo, it's like a gumbo, man. We making a gumbo here, y'all, and we try to put all these different spices, not to take this from you, D, but we making a gumbo, and we as Black men are trying to deal with all what we going through, the loss of losing your kid. It's like it's gone, man. I used to seeing my son text me every morning, hey, Dad, I'm working on my court. You gonna come by and help me? Yeah, son. I make a car, a frame, and now he's driving the car. That remind me of myself when I was young. Got a car that looked like a bucket, and now I'm driving, and all my friends laughing at me. What you gonna do with that piece of junk? And then when they see it, oh man, that car, man, you built that. He had the same thing that installed it in him, and it's just, and you proud of your son. You know what I mean? You say, that's mine right there. He gonna carry on my name, but I was cut short, D. I won't be able to be a grandfather or to see what he would became. That's the hurt that he was just getting started. Just getting started, D. Only 23.
And I don't think people understand everything that was stolen from us that night. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed that my child left us a grandson that looked just like her. So I was blessed in that aspect, but I'll never be able to see my baby get married. We in my situation, the painful part is the day before, we just had a 2-hour conversation. And so it was like making plans and this what we gonna do tomorrow. This what we gonna do tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And having your plans stolen from you is the most painful shit that a person can go through.
And for the viewers out there, like I said, I'm a man and I cry and I don't have no shame. Listen, I have no shame in this whatsoever, brother, because the pain and the loss of my heart is gone because my beautiful son has so much life in him that was stolen from an individual but don't know the trickle effect that what he did to our family, D. Mm-hmm. You see, they don't understand it, man, that what they did to us, man, it's just like you cut my heart out. I don't have a heart. My light, he was my light. And I got other kids, and I'm not taking that from my other kids. I don't want them to think, special one. No, all of them is special.
All of them special.
All of them, man.
All of them special in their own way.
Right. And here it is, we fathers. And let me tell you, I've been in my son, all my kids' life from day one. So we're not no dead. It is some good black men out here that from day one. I was the first one, when he came out the womb, I cut the cord. I held this boy in my hands. Yeah. I was the one. His mama didn't touch him. I was right there, come out of there. I was so proud. I cut the cord and, screamed. You know what I'm saying? I held that, put him to my chest. He smelled me first. You feel me?
So this is another aspect that I've never talked about. The pain of watching your other kids try to process this shit.
Listen, I want to commend you, man. I say, we got to be here, still sharp and still, what we've been going through, what we will go through, man. And this is for other parents that will go through what we're going through, that we need to talk about what we're going through, because the hurt, and we have to stop this in our community, that silence, that we got to talk about it. We got to take care of our community, our loved ones. We can't be silenced. We got to speak up.
And I created this safe space for us to speak.
Man, I love you for it, brother.
And to have these type of conversations.
Right. We need this.
But this is the first time that I sat down with another father. You are the first father that I sat down with that lost a child to senseless gun violence.
Yes.
And just thinking about all the things that we have to process in these moments. And we on a day-to-day basis, we walk around with the bravado and the machismo of losing a child and dealing with individuals with their silliness, right? And they don't understand that you might want to get away from me. You know what I'm saying? And we do our best, and we've been doing really good with not displaying the anger that we carry.
Man, we could be the brunt. A little, like an incident happened to me and my friend on 77. They know what 77 is, whatever. So the individual's in the street. I bumped his car, get out, try to just, I'm sorry, brother, he was kind of up, but I brought the situation down, cleaned it up, and then he had a young lady come out and she put gasoline on the fire, man. She hold on. And I had one of my friends with me. He trying to calm her down. I'm trying to move my van out the way, but it was just whoop. I say, this young lady can get this young man hurt because I see that he's getting riled up. Now, he tried to call us the nigga. I said, hold on, young brother. I told him like this, ain't no niggas here, man. I'm old enough to be your father, man. We show some respect and calm that down, because, I'm real close to him in his face. Let him know. I'm looking through him, let him know that all I'm thinking about is my son right now. And like, he tried to avoid the same thing. And I'm trying, and just like, these are demons, and you trying to walk away, D, but they keep it just like, when I was a youngster with a hot head, it could have been a bad situation.
Or what if you just called me on a bad day? So I commend any father that's out there carrying the heavy weight of this grief and still trying to be a good person and working hard to be a good person, because daily, I tell people all the time that I'm suck a duck and dummy dodge all day long, because it's a lot of people that's running around here and don't know that you are messing with a ticking time bomb, and we're not trying to be.
No.
We're not really trying to cause more chaos and confusion. But come on, like let's not go there with it.
And that's all I was saying to the young brother, like, brother, brother, you like this is like, I'm looking at this can be my son, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to give him some knowledge and give him a pass. And he's just like, I'm looking at him, brother, come on, man. I'm looking at him like, bruh, come on, young man. But I think he felt me. But the young lady, I said, man, this young lady can get you hurt. I wanted to say, well, I can tell that she probably cussed him out and called him all kind of punk bitch. You punk bitch, you didn't do nothing and you let them. And I want to say, brother, I hope you get away from that situation.
And so this message could be for the young ladies out there too. Like, stop amping this stuff up. Because it's all fun and games until it's one of your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? And so I tell people all the time, because I get people that call me with the goofiness, and I tell them, you're not going to win every battle that you engage in. Yeah, you won the last couple, but you're going to lose one. It's inevitable. If you keep going into these battles thinking that you're the toughest, you're going to lose one day. And I don't know what that's going to cost you.
Look at Tom Brady. He had the most winning streak. Look, they ran against somebody that beat him, right?
Yeah. So, he had some years. Yeah. So it's just like, I promote peace. I promote, like, let's do our best to process. I don't know if we'll ever be healed, because that's another thing. People be like, heal from this. Like, what does that even mean? Like, I tell people, like, just let us process it. However they feel that they need to process it in the moment, as long as they're not doing nothing to damage themselves or anyone else.
And like you said, I ask other brothers or sisters to seek and get some help. Don't keep it confined in because you are, like a tea kettle. We're going to bust. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We'll bust. And it is good. Like, I'm so grateful to you, D, for just having this platform that, brothers and sisters that can come and really express how we really feel, right? And, the norm, in our community, oh, man, how, and that's what I don't get, right? Why is it only us African Americans that, you're snitching rule, no snitching, no, all this stuff, but we the most messed up community that you go in our community, trash and garbage everywhere. I don't want to live like that.
We somewhere along the way, we lost a sense of community. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, if I did something wrong, the could whoop me. That's how I ended up with 3 or 4 grandmothers on the same block. If it was my friend's grandmothers. So a lot of people that I grew up around, they grew up in their grandmother's home.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So their grandmother became my grandmother in a sense, and it was always the utmost respect. And we grew up as a tight-knit community. So, and it was always 2 or 3 women that just sat in their window all day and was like the neighborhood news reporters, right, and told your parents everything you thought you got away with that day. You know what I'm saying? But now it's you can't tell my kids what to do. Don't touch my kids. And it's several videos of parents going to go fight the teachers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think all that contributes to the situation that we in now, where now these kids ain't listening because they don't feel like they got to listen to nobody. And then the parents not teaching them the correct thing to do. And have I done some things wrong as a father? Absolutely. And so, and I say that because I don't want nobody to think that we did everything right. No, we messed up too, but the difference between us and most parents is we recognize and we're trying to correct it. And so, like, It's unfortunate that we lost a child in the process, and no parent should have to bury a child to senseless gun violence. I have personally prevented things from happening because that's not worth that.
That's a beautiful thing when you got that control, brother, because, in many nights that, transition into, I want my lick back. Straight up. I'm petty. I want my lick back. I'll be like that. You hit me with a rock. Okay, I'm mad. If I don't get you that day, I'm waiting for you to come around the corner. We used to be at the park, right? He forgot about it, but I'm in the bushes. I ain't forgot.
Yeah, and so a couple of nights you've called me, and I'm like, nah, that's not what we do. Like, you know what I mean? And so, and that's why I said at the beginning of the interview, like to the calm act, right? So I'm thankful that I'm able to talk to other men and prevent them. And I think that I'm only able to talk to other men because you're not the only man that I've talked to like that, because I'm a father and we all capable of doing the same thing.
Well, that's our job really as a father, is what? To provide, protect, and all we know. And then when somebody violate that, everything has order. If we was animals or whatever, even in the animal world, right? Everything has order. Even in the animal world, they get back too. You see?
They do, right? They do, but like I said, if we go down that rabbit hole, we don't really solve the problem. And we create more chaos and confusion. And if we end up on the other side of that wall, we will feel vindicated and validated, right? But then we leave the rest of the people that's dependent on us, we leave them unprotected. We have other children that we have to guide and show them that in our two situations, the actual person who pulled the trigger is incarcerated. So to go out and cause chaos and confusion against someone who didn't actually pull the trigger is unnecessary chaos. Now, if the person who pulled the trigger was to stand in front of you, I can't tell you what to do with that one. Just like nobody will be able to tell me what to do with that one. But it's unfair because I have cousins who have done stuff that I shouldn't be held accountable for the things that they've done. Like I've got cousins doing 75 to life. I'm sure you have a family member doing some time behind some shit that you don't approve of. So it would be unfair for someone to take it out on you for something that you probably don't condone and you didn't have no parts in it. So it would be unfair for us to do the same thing. And you got some other and I tell you to just stay on social media.
Exactly. That's why.
And I tell you this because if you stay on social media and you play the games that a kid play, you end up in a kid situation, and your pride and your ego will take over. And if you watch that last episode with Chuck, he just told us what pride is. Please remember, it destroys everything. And ego is edging God out. So we can't let our pride and our ego get the best of us, especially when emotions are high. Because when emotions are high, the logic is low, and it would not do our families no justice if we went and perpetrated a violent crime against someone who didn't have nothing to do with it, no matter what they post or no matter what they say, because it's just ignorant people out there, right? And they want to be a part of something. We see people all the time that want to be a part of something that they have nothing to do with.
Exactly.
But they don't understand the consequences.
And that's what I say. They just, like you said, on the social media, I interrupt you, D, like, I was looking at some of the comments, like, because I guess my grandson and I guess the person or whoever, the family members or whatever, like you say, going back, I say, stay off that social media. Yeah. Get off that. We ain't into that. You know, this side against that side. I say, just ignorant. Somebody lost their life. Are these young people thinking this is not a video game?
No, they're not thinking.
You know, lost they brother, sister, brother, and they think that, yeah, like it's a football game.
And
They not coming back, man.
And talking to some of these youngsters, because since I've been talking to the parent and I've been posting, like I have some youngsters that come up and they want to talk to me. And so I get a chance in that moment to explain to them why they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. And explain to them the dangers of association.
Correct. And then the trickle effect.
But they don't, but at 24, 25, 26.
You gotta be thinking, look about like what you just said, D. Now you didn't took somebody's life, so you don't think they got a crazy little Pookie in their family too? They're ready to crash out?
But so not only do the youngsters they thrive on, some of them thrive on not caring. A lot of them don't even like I've been talking to them. They don't even think about it. You don't think about it when they get caught and now they incarcerated with some of the other team and they either got to fight every day or
Friend, tell me, not to interrupt you, D, like about the youngsters that come in there that supposed to be so bad, the 187, they got murder beef. He said, man, they get in here, these cats ain't even 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. And he said, this little dude doing all this ruckus. He said, oh, but up in there,
you got
them. Look. He said they quiet. He said, you got them in there crying. Oh, I shouldn't be in there. My partner said, nah, gangster, you in the right place, gangster. This is where you belong.
And on top of that, now you in jail with real men.
Yeah.
That there.
Right.
And so everything that you thought you was on the street.
Man, like what he said,
I've been here. I already been in here 15 years. So I got 15 years of push-ups, dips, and pull-ups already in me. And you come in here and I don't care about none of that shit that you done did out there. Ain't no guns in jail. And you probably did something to one of my nephews.
Come on, it's all.
So it's like, I like to prevent another homicide. So when I talk to the youngsters, I talk to them as prevention, and like that's worth. And it be so crazy sometimes because a lot of the times that I talk to these youngsters, it don't even be a direct thing against them, right? Nobody never did nothing to you or none of your family members. It's because you hooked up with them and now you associated with this. And I tell them, I've sent about 4 youngsters to LA. Not me paying for it, but I tell them, hey, you got your Class C license? Go to crengland.com. CR England will send you a bus ticket, pack you 3 or 4 outfits, go to truck driving school, and get out of here. And you'll be gone for a year, and whatever happens, happens. And 3 or 4 of them so far have listened and went to truck driving school. They've been gone, so I don't know. But like I got a youngster across the street. He's not really a bad kid, but he didn't know which direction he wanted to go. So I told him about truck driving school. Now he drive for, I think, Air Gas. I bought him a new little truck. It's like me talking to the adults or the parents opened it up for me to be able to talk to the youngsters, right? And so, like you, when I talk to the youngsters, I'm like I'm talking to my son, because now that my son is incarcerated, he gets it, right? And like I told him just last night, I'll see how much you really get it when you free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because in jail, you'll tell me anything. You'll tell me anything. And
the same mirror. I have a son also incarcerated, same thing. Now we have to, like it's like they put the guilt, what they did on us, and we try to come to their rescue. Hold on, man. Listen, I'm here But I don't condone none of that BS. You got to be a man to stand up and say, right, wrong is wrong. We got to stop being on this sucker shit. You see what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna say I don't condone, and I don't, I tell my son what you did was stupid. And okay, I'm not gonna say what you did because you say you didn't do it. The thing that you incarcerated for is stupid, and I'm a business owner. So what would happen if somebody came and did the same thing to me that you allegedly did to that business owner? How would you feel? I never thought about it like that. So I get real life experiences where, like when I said, like they don't think about it. These kids are out here doing shit with no thought process behind it. It is no critical thinking skills. They have never been taught how to critically think. So when I'm speaking to a young man or a young woman, I'm trying to instill the critical thinking skills. And how do you make that critical thought in the moment, in the heat of the moment, with the pressure on you? Because sitting here talking is cool. We could say anything, right?
Exactly.
But in the heat of the moment, when the temperature is up,
Right.
what decision are you gonna make then?
Right. That's just like my partner said. Somebody came into you right now and punched you in the face. Oh, you gonna turn the other cheek? And I just looked at him and said, man, come on, brother. I mean, what we gonna do? What's gonna happen?
And so I would always say, I would tell your partner, you stupid for letting them get that close to you to punch you in the face.
Exactly. And that's what I told him.
So if you're not aware enough, if you're not situationally aware enough to see a threat in the room, you deserve to be punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? So I try to teach the people that if you see, like we talk,
Right.
If you see social media is inciting this part of you that you don't want to be incited, stay off social media. It's like I said, I don't go to clubs,
Right.
because of the possibility that something happens.
Right.
Right. So if I know that this situation have a possibility of something bad happening, I'm not going to do it. You're not going to catch me walking out of a liquor store in the middle of the night. If I didn't get everything I needed to get before a certain time, I don't need it. Call me whatever you want to. Just call me tomorrow. And so, and I tell people, it's a difference between being smart and being scared.
Right.
People say, man, I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Cool, you can. But just be ready for whatever comes with you doing whatever you want to do when you want to do it. Everything has a consequence.
And you're right, because that's what I thought about my son, like, because I never knew what really happened. And my wife told me that he went outside. I said, why would he go outside at night if somebody looking for him? And then you go around the corner unless his ex-girlfriend, and it had to be it. His girlfriend had to call him out, the girl that's involved in all this. So she had to call him, him out.
Yeah.
And ambushed. But what I'm saying is, right there, that show you that he wasn't a street person. Because first of all, that would have been us back in the day. Oh, I'd catch up with you another day. Come in front of the house. You been coming in front of the house? Why would I go way around the corner? Meet me, I'm down the street. Huh? That would have been a red flag to us.
Yeah.
I'd have looked down the alley like, man, too dark. I ain't going down there. Not by myself. You see, that just how I think. But kids nowadays, especially if you're going on anger, you're not thinking.
It's that pride. That pride and that ego. So at the same time, right, with our children that's still here with us, I do my best to guide them and instill more into them than I did, because my child too was murdered at 2-something in the morning, right? She shouldn't even been outside, right? Even though she wasn't doing nothing, even though pulled up to a liquor store and she was literally 5 blocks away from her home. So she probably pulled up to grab something, and I'm on my way home, the liquor store open, I'm about to grab something. This happens in front of the liquor store. and she never makes it home. You know what I'm saying? So it's so many different elements to the situation that in hindsight we like that should have never happened, right? Exactly. And then we beat ourselves up with the coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Why did he do that? You know, like, what was he thinking about? Was he tripping? You know, they kept calling him, threatening him, and this and that. And so I guess what, he just got fed up. All right, here I come. I'm coming outside. Huh?
So we beat ourselves up with the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. Me, I felt like a failure. You know what I'm saying? Like I let my child down. And it's just difficult, right? And so any parent out there that's trying to process this, I believe that as a father, I think you're gonna go through a period of time where you feel like a failure. And I think that those feelings are going to like resurface. You know what I'm saying? And the more that they resurface, the amount of time that passes allow us to develop new tools to process the emotions that we're going through. So once we process them once or twice, or even 10 times, the 11th time just get a little lighter.
It does.
But it doesn't mean that the feelings never comes back. And I think that part of the problem for most of society who has never buried a child is they don't take into account that those emotions are going to come back. It's not this and it's gone. It's like so if anything is a cycle, it's the emotions that's gonna keep coming back. And then today, give yourself permission to smile when you want to or need to, and cry when you have to. Like I would laugh without feeling guilty and cry without feeling weak, right? And you have to do that as many times as necessary. Whenever that emotion hits you, you gotta let it process through you.
And we also got to be the light and show the other people that even though you took our son or daughter away from us, and you show the other people, even when you go to courtroom, that we're resilient. Like, look, they ain't gonna steal my joy. You see?
Steal my joy.
See, even though it hurts, don't get me wrong. And I ain't put on no act because I'm in front of these cameras. It's hard looking at the individual that took your son or daughter life, and they right there like you wanna jump over this thing and like, business.
Yeah.
It's hard, and the people looking at you too. People looking at you because they figuring out like, well, what he gonna do? And your people over here is like the Crips and the Bloods. They ready to jump off, and they don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
D, but I never told you this, D. Before my son was killed, my wife called me, and I felt like you said, I felt as a failure that I wasn't there to save my son, because she called me earlier and she told me the scenario. Yeah, KK on the phone and he was arguing with somebody. I said, I was gone in Yuba City, but it's a new job. I was up there. It was a Sunday night. That's when it happened, October 21st. So I get the call. I said, well, babe, I'll be in a couple of days. I didn't think it was serious because she would have told me, babe, you need to. She said, okay. A couple hours, lay down in the room, and a couple hours, she called me back. So when you second call, say, oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
And she said, babe, she was so calm, babe, you got to come home. I said, what's up? KK been shot. I say, I'm thinking like, what? What you mean shot? Yeah. My son? I said, is he okay? Is he okay? And I hear the ambulance, it's like a movie. I never forget it, D. You hear the ambulance in the background. And she said, he's gone. He's gone. And the feeling that I felt, I couldn't even describe. It's like in the movie that I couldn't, like, I couldn't describe. Like now you were waiting for the theme music to come on in the background. Da-da-da-da. And that was the longest ride of my life, driving back from Yuba City to Vallejo. And I'm in my mind, and I'm kind of mad with my wife. Like, why didn't she tell me this was going on for some weeks? And that's another thing that, that special relationship with their sons, they don't tell us everything that's going on.
No, they don't.
You see, and that's another thing. I was mad with her. You been knew that this thing was going on brewing, and you should have snatched the phone from them. They called him, threatening him, and sending. I say all this stuff that transpired. What was this all about? Behind what?
Man.
A girlfriend situation? She mad? She scorned?
And so
And
it's just we can go on and on, and this is like the most thing that I've had to deal with as a man, and trying to navigate it daily is difficult.
it's not a day that doesn't go by that I think about my son, him. I guess you know how we say that they mimic us. So I'm an old school song, and his song, one of his favorite songs is that Cameo, Candy or whatever it is. That's like Candy or whatever. I hope I'm saying that right. Whatever is it that one?
Yeah, that's the right song.
Okay, and sometimes I'll be riding, that'll come on out of the blue.
Yeah.
I say, I hear you, KK. So you see a sign, huh? And it would be in rotation. I'd be thinking about him because I got a video. He loved that song, right? And that's showing you that all they want to do is really make us proud of them.
Yeah, so, and you had to grow to that space, because the first time you probably had that song, it probably broke you.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. As time progressed and we learn how to process those emotions, things that used to cause us pain, now bringing joy, right? So like last night, I'm driving home, I'm truck, and Nana's favorite song came on. I hated this song when she was alive. It's Ride Wave Alone. Like, it's a sad song. Like, Ride Wave, some of the saddest music ever. And so I really didn't like this song when she was here, because she used to always play it. And so that song, I'm like, I got you, Nana. Like, you know what I mean? Like, say ahead, you know what I mean? So it is like very important, the father, that we learn how to process those emotions, control the anger. You know what I'm saying? The anger is gonna come, the frustration gonna come, the rage gonna come. You gonna feel like spinning around like Tasmanian devil, and nothing be where it's supposed to be when you stop. But we always gotta be aware of the residual damage that's caused by us not keeping our composure, or not, doing what we know we're supposed to do. But we're not saying that it's not hard.
Oh, each and every day. Get up.
And we're saying we're showing that it's possible.
Almost death.
And so if anybody out there is trying to process this level of pain, just know that it's possible. And I tell people, when the feelings hit you heavy about your child, it's a reminder to me that today I should do something to make her proud. I don't think our kids will really us to cause unnecessary chaos and confusion. I always say unnecessary, because some chaos and confusion is necessary.
Right.
But if we go searching for it, it's definitely unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? And so, like,
Yeah.
you got any closing words?
I just want to say thank you, good brother. Outlet for us, man. I just want to say thank you. Doing a beautiful thing, D. Man, I wish you much success with this platform, and we need more like this for us people. I don't care, whatever, but sometimes we got to think about us first before we can go out. Before we can go out and help someone else or whatever it may be. And all I'm saying is, you are a true blessing. You helped me getting through this journey that I'm going through, the loss of my son, and you helping others people out there. And we just want to say we thank you, brother.
It's all good. Do something today to make your child proud, and know that we love you. Peace.